Why is it not there? Right, we should be here. Are we here now? Should be okay now. We're here, okay, cool. Yeah. Today we are going to be ranking every, well, legendary Pokemon. As I was saying before I was muted before, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've had to split it into two separate tier lists because the files were too big apparently. Because apparently that's a thing. But without further ado, let's just get started, man. Why not? Articuno, I've probably got a decent bit of attachment to. I don't know why I really have it. Actually, before I do anything, is the music too loud or too quiet? Because, like, could it be louder? Could it be more quiet? Too loud, I'd say? Okay. Lower a bit. The reason why I put it louder is because, usually I underestimate it, so I thought I'd overestimate it this time, but clearly I literally overestimated it, so yeah. Articuno, I'd say Articuno's actually, it's kind of mid now. There was a point where I really liked Articuno, and then it kind of like, it was up here, and then it kind of went like down here. Actually no, like not up here, it was like here, and it's like slowly fallen down as I've been introduced to the Gala versions. And yes, the Gala version is here because I didn't know how to really like figure it out. So this is here, and then the Gala version is so much cooler. Honestly, I'd be tempted to say peak, but I'm gonna put it in solid, just because there's a better Gala form. I'll put it that way. I can't believe my mic wasn't working initially. By the way, that's so silly. That was really silly. Right, Zapdos. I'm not gonna lie, right? This paper mache looking ass Pokemon, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Both of its forms, actually. I don't know, it doesn't have a cool shiny. There's better versions of it with the same typing. Like, as in better designs, and just, it's the least memorable for me. Like, I never found it all that interesting, to be honest. So, I don't know, I never found it all that cool, so. I'm gonna put it in, not hate crime, but, you know, it definitely could be better. It definitely could be better. And then, as for its Galarian form, again, it's like, I just don't care, you know? I just don't care, bro. I really couldn't care less, man. It's just so, like, it's got better colours, I'll give it that, but... yeah, as well, I actually have a shiny version of this. The shiny of this is actually really good. I got a shiny one in Pokemon Go, and I was so happy with it when I found it. I masterballed that shit straight away, because I was scared it was going to run. If you fail, you suck. No, the catch rate's awful on it. I've seen like maybe 15 Galarian birds and only ever caught 2 or 3. Yeah, they released the shiny versions, so yeah. I remember finding it the same week they released them because they were double chance. So, yeah. Moltres? You know what? Moltres is the best base legendary bird. So it already goes in solid. I think Galarian Articuno is better. Yeah, I didn't think about that at the time. I was on the bus panicking like, oh my god, I just found a shiny legendary. You know? Like, why would... The first thing that's going through my head is, I don't think they can run. I was more thinking like, oh shit, I just found a legendary Pokemon. I'm not... I'm not taking any chances, bro. So, yeah. But yeah, continuing on with Moltres. also on the bus when I found the legendary bird. I mean, realistically, like, when else are you gonna find one? I've only ever found them when on public transport. Galarian Moltres, by the way. Oh my god. When I first saw this design, I already liked it. Don't get me wrong, like, I've always looked at it like, wow, this is pretty solid. And then over time, I don't know, this design has just really, really grown on me. So I'm going to put it in peak. It's not number 1 out of the first 5 generations, but it's pretty high up there. It is peak Pokemon design. And speaking of the Galarian birds in Pokemon Go, this is the one I'd probably find the least of for some bizarre reason. I have no idea why, but I can never find them, man. Something I do need to go and check actually is if I'm live. I am. Cool. I just wanted to check if I was live on YouTube. I don't know. I don't think anyone's gonna like shoot you down for it. And I don't have any chatters anyway, so. But yeah, Mewtwo. Now, I did want to include this one, but I'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about that one last. Mewtwo, I'd say is solid. Like regular Mewtwo. I'm not like one of the crazy fanboy Mewtwo, to be honest. Like I've always said, like, you know what, I respect you, but I also just don't care all that much, to be honest. It's kind of like, it's alright, and that's mainly because we'll get onto this, but Mega Mewtwo X is mid as hell. I'm not gonna lie, like. When you think of Mega Mewtwo, you don't think of Mega Mewtwo X, because realistically, like, it's just so, like, There's nothing special about it, you know what I mean? There's just nothing that interesting, and I think it's, like, you know, it's just kind of there. But I wouldn't say it's, like, terrible, so that's why I put it in mid, you know? Recently I've been getting diabolically lucky in Miscrits. I found so many legendaries. Nice. Let's go. Good job. I'm going to look into the camera directly into your eyes. Good job. Don't know what the point of that was, but I did it. And then Mega Mewtwo Y. Now this is where it might get a bit interesting, because as I was like hinting at before. Hello Gupta. What's up? How's it going? Yeah, I grew up playing Mega Mewtwo Y. I grew up playing Pokemon Y, and yeah. Hey Polly, what's up? I am streaming on YouTube and Twitch, by the way, so if you get like confused, then I'm responding to different chats. Just thought I'd put that out there. But yeah, Mega Mewtwo Y, I think, is peak. And that's because I have the nostalgia, I prefer the design to X and normal, and yeah, I've just always really liked the design. I don't know what you guys think, but personally I think it's peak. Not number 1, far from number 1, but it's still peak. It's definitely better than these guys. So, you're good? That's good to hear, man. Nice. I'm happy you're doing well. Now, Mewtwo Armor, I wanted to include this because I always thought this was so cool. I'm kind of just like basing it all on my experience with the legendaries. Oh damn, Mike, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm kind of basing it on like just my personal opinion of what I've experienced of them as a whole. So it could be, you know, the games, the anime, I've never really battled competitively, but if I have used them and they're super overpowered, like Mega Mewtwo Y for example, then that'll bump them up. You know, that kind of thing. Mewtwo armor, I always thought was like a mysteriously really cool thing, because I remember before I watched any of the Pokemon movies, on Pokemon Vortex, the first Pokemon game I played, which was a web browser game, there was always like there was always this thing of like a Mewtwo armor, and I always thought it was so cool, but I could never get it. And I just always thought it was really cool. So I'm gonna put it in this. I'm gonna put it above regular Mewtwo. I'm not gonna rank it any higher, but yeah. I like Galarian Articuno's design a lot, but even better than Moltres. Ooh, that's fair. I will say they're both really good. Like I could genuinely consider putting them here, but I just have that attachment to Moltres rather than Articuno, so. Yeah, I'm reading both chats at the same time. Mew, you know, Mew's a solid Pokemon. Mew's adorable, and it's shiny actually puts it above, like, these two, for sure. Hey June, what's up? How's it going? I was mainly saying that to, YouTube chat, by the way, Mike. Because I know you're going to be chatting the whole time. Number one is going to be Mega Rayquaza, right? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get to that later. We've got a lot of Pokemon to get through fast. But, yeah. Mew, I'd say is that because, I don't know, mythical Pokemon mostly are very hard to get attachment to because a lot of the time they're, like, really hard to come by and stuff like that. So when you actually get them, like, at least for me, when are you ever going to use a Mew or, like, anything on a playthrough unless you're playing through BDSP, which are notoriously some of the most hated, games there is. Yes, you can get a link. Let me just quickly load up my Twitch stream. Let me just get a link. I can actually pin this. Right, there we go. So, yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, the legendary beasts. You know what, Raikou... I never know how to feel about Raikou, right? Because as much as I appreciate it, it's not the one I've got any attachment to. And the same with Entei, to be honest. I'm going to rank them both at the same time. And I'm going to put them right in the middle, with Entei just going beneath. Because, I don't know, it's just a bit like... I don't know, like, Raikou got super underappreciated by, like, the anime and the movies. And Entei, despite having a movie, I just never got that attachment to it. Like, I think it's cool, but, like... I don't know, man. I never found it that interesting. You know what I'm trying to say? Kind of just like, there. The Reggies are super underrated. I don't know, the Reggies are whatever. But I think they're pretty funny, if that's any consolation. Alright, Suicune. Wait, what battle music is this? Okay, that would have been really funny if that timed, like, with the perfect music, but it wasn't, unfortunately. Suicune. Now, I know this Pokemon has been, like, kind of forced down our throats a lot, but I still think it's a peak legendary. And that's because its shiny is just incredible. There's no reason to not like it shiny. The Pokemon's design in general is just really cool. the fact that Go caught one in the anime is also pretty interesting. I really like that. Just overall a really solid Pokemon. And also its involvement in the Celebi movie was really cool. I forgot about that. There's a few instances in the anime where it's pretty, you know, it's pretty there. And that's what you like to see. I like being able to, like, create attachment to legendaries. I feel like it's definitely a Pokemon that you can create a big attachment to, because it's everywhere, you know? Remember the streams when you were trying to find that guy? We could return to that at some point. I would need to go back and see how many resets I had for it. But yeah. We could definitely go and look for him again. That could be pretty cool. Alright, Lugia and Ho-Oh. I have a shiny Registeel. Hi, Galaxy. That's pretty cool. I only have 2 shiny legendaries? Is it no, 3. I have shiny Rayquaza, which I got from the event, but I still want to shiny hunt that properly, because I was planning to do that anyway, and then I don't know, I got shafted. Got in switch by accident. Yeah, fair. Fair. I did that with Tapu Koko. That's the next legendary I have shiny. Trying to get a normal one, you got a shiny. Just actually reset because you wanted the normal one instead. 5 encounters. Damn. It's crazy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I got a shiny Tapu Koko in the same fashion as you did. It was like 10 encounters. I was just doing it for fun. And then I know where I just got it. So that's pretty cool. And then the final legendary I have is a shiny Galarian Zapdos, which I got in Pokemon Go. Oh wait, I have a shiny Xerneas as well in Pokemon Go. I got it from the Battle Pass. People out here doing 4,000 plus. There was that one guy that did 60,000 encounters for a Registeel, which is kind of crazy. Was it Registeel or Regirock? I know it was one of them. Screamed the entire house down. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. I would as well. I usually do when I find... I remember finding a shiny Heracross on stream. This was on Twitch when I wasn't streaming on YouTube, and yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy. That's the thing as well with shiny hunting, is that you'll get one but completely lucky, and you're like, oh, I could get a bit more of this, and then you realise how far down you get because of how lucky you got initially. Yeah. Anyway, back to tennis. I've just been waffling. This is... Lugia has fell off for me. I can't lie. Lugia's okay, but like, it's not what it used to be. It used to be my favourite legendary. I don't know what I was smoking back then. Nowadays, it's just kind of mid. Probably below Articuno. Actually, no, I'll put it above Articuno. Shiny hunting right now. Ooh, what are you shiny hunting for? I'm not gonna lie, Lugia's just like... I don't know how it used to be my favourite legendary. I've actually got a plush somewhere. I'm not gonna go bother getting it because that's long, but yeah. Hey Slashler, what is up? How's it going? Oh shit. Speaking of... That's certainly a way to spell Moltres. You're making me like mispronounce it. I assume that was autocorrect or something. Just like a rook is unique. Is it? Moltres, yeah. Yeah, that's fine, Slash. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you're here to at least witness some of it. You can always watch the VOD once you get back or something as well, if you're interested in my... I mean, you'll probably just realistically just watch the just click at the end like, oh, what's he you know, what's his actual opinion on it, instead of watching through the whole thing, because that would just be so long, because I'm probably going to be live for at least a couple hours. Ho-Oh, you know what, these days Thanks for follow, Galaxy. Appreciate that. Are there that many legendaries? I mean, we've got this many for just gens 1 to 5, so... especially when I'm yapping like this, like, it's just never gonna end. Right, anyway, Ho-Oh... You know what, Ho-Oh... I'm gonna put in solid. Ho-Oh's grown on me. They aren't all legends. Yeah, but they're all a subset of special Pokemon now. And Mythicals were also a subset of legendary Pokemon that also followed the same rules, which is why Ultra Beasts will be there as well. However, Paradox Pokemon aren't, according to Cerebi. I just looked at all the Cerebi lists and then put them all into your lists. All Gen 3 legendaries are mid. You're off your mind. We'll get to the Ultra Beasts later, but yeah, they are going to be here later. Celebi, what are your guys' thoughts on Celebi? Because I'm not going to lie, it's kind of just there for me. I'm also going to move this over here because I keep thinking about it. Because what is your favourite Pokemon? That's crazy. That's a unique favourite, honestly. I respect it though. Celebi's like... S is a fairy that is kind of there. I would say Celebi is solid. And the movie is really cool, I will say that. The problem is though, like, a lot of the early mythicals are hard to get attached to. What is celery? Celery? Yeah, that's what you just called it? That's so funny. Yeah, celery is cute. I respect celery. You know, actually, I'm gonna put celery above Ho-Oh. Because, yeah, celery is pretty cool. I like celery. Now, it's onto the un. How did they sound this man like? You know what I'm saying? That was more like a dolphin and then a bit of Regirock. Actually, never mind. Maybe don't. That's not what you should do there. Regirock, I'd say he's solid. I kind of like Regirock. I think it's the funniest of the three. I remember I watched a lot of if anyone watches Purple Cliff's TCG channel. Yeah. Anyone who's watched Purple Cliff's TCG channel, I don't know if you've seen his Destined Rivals videos, but like he's pulled so many Regirocks and it's really funny. Anime is gold, yeah, for sure. Not only is it a solid Pokemon, but it'd probably be pretty solid in real life as well. Rock solid. That wasn't even a pun or anything. That was just fact. So, I keep thinking Regice, right? But it's Regice. Everyone, like, why is it Registeel and Regirock, and then it's just Regice? It should be Regic. You know what I'm saying? Regic. I'd say Regice is like mid. I'll probably put it below Entei. We'll go below Entei. And then I feel the same about Registeel really, but just a bit like more there. Because like realistically, who cares all that much? Regice. No, because it's spelled like Regice. So it's just Regice. For some reason they didn't make it Regice, they just made it Regice. Yeah, they made the other... Like, I guess it's kind of hard to make it Regice, it would be harder to look at. Something, but... Some of the... Some of the anime cries are really funny, yeah. French Starmie's a good one. I remember hearing that a while ago, I was like, bro, what is that? How did they get there? Rip all the Reggies. The Reggies aren't terrible, they're just like, there's not really that much special about them, to me. Reggie Ice in the anime. I mean, when you look at the spelling, it's literally just Regice. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but yeah. It's like Regice. It should be Reggie Ice, but it's not like spellings mean nothing in Pokemon. True, true. Anyway, back to actually, doing this. Latias and Latios. What do you guys prefer, Latias or Latios? So, Mike, for you, if you don't know, like this guy or this guy, or this girl, this girl or this guy. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've always preferred Latios, but Latias, like, it's not like a big difference, you know? Oh my god, I didn't realise my face cam's in the way. I should probably do this for now. Red and black are your favourite colours. So yeah, this guy or this guy. I didn't even think that you couldn't see it. But yeah, the blue guy. So Latios, I see. Both they are cool. Should I move my face cam actually? That might be smart. Where should we go? Should we go up here? Because that blocks things. Do you think this is better? Where do you think I should go? I think this is good actually. Can't you shrink it? You know what, true actually. Let's go over here for now. Let's go over here for now. Rank yourself. Oh, wait, true. Wait, true. Hold on. I'm going to put myself in committed multiple felonies. If I just don't read, people are going to be so confused. Rank him S tier, I appreciate that. Oh, that's brilliant. Top right corner, okay. Let's go top right, because, yeah, I'm not blocking anything now, that's smart. You're smart, you're smart. Honestly, I was going to keep it that way. Yeah, I'll put myself top right. Anyway, Latias. You know what? Latias and Latios, I'm both going to rank as solid, and I'm going to put them here. But there's not much difference between them. Because, I don't know, like, it's mainly just a colour difference. Racism in Pokemon, for those two specifically, it's either you like red or you like blue, you know? Not a great look, but a look nonetheless. And then for the Megas, honestly, for how cool these Pokemon are, I'm sorry man, they're kind of a hate crime. How did they go from such a solid design to just so, like, nothing? You know? $900. Is that Jaden Animations you're talking about? Because I remember watching that video, and that's a banging video, to be fair. Jaden makes some really good Pokemon content. I wish he made more. Yes, Jaden. Okay, I thought so. Now, hold on, let me cosplay as Groudon real quick. Wait, how does he do? He goes like, okay, so we're gonna be ranking Groudon. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's like pretty cool, but like, I don't know. He used to be like up here, but Kyogre's overtaken him over time, so we're gonna put him like, I'll put him at the top. I'll put him above. I'm gonna move Regirock down, like here. And then we'll put Primal Groudon. However, is pretty cool. I do like Primal Groudon much more than the others. I'll put him like above Moltres, but I prefer Mew. But Primal Groudon, when I was like 10, just abusing like Precipitous Blades or whatever it's called like all the time. This actually really hurts my neck to do. How does he do it, bro? How does bro do it? What is that, man? Anyway, yeah. Kyogre and Groudon. Groudon? Does Gru have bad posture? Gru. It's just got no neck. There's not really a posture problem. I mean, they look basically the same, right? Groudon, Groudon, like you can mix them up. Groudon. I wonder if there's like, wait, is there like? I was just looking on like Google to see if there's any like Gru and Groudon merge. What do you mean there's none? Oh my god, bro, that would have been so peak. Imagine the scenes. Anyway, Kyogre, I do actually really like Kyogre at the moment. I think it's like, I don't know, there's something about Kyogre that's just like a lot cooler these days. There was a point where this was my favourite Pokemon. I remember. And back in the day on Pokemon Vortex, I looked for a Kyogre and I skipped one and I was really upset. I ran away from it. But yeah, Groudon's like still solid, but Kyogre's like... And then Primal Kyogre, I'm just saying, Primal Kyogre is peak. Low-key, I prefer its design to Suicune, but I think I prefer Suicune as a Pokemon. What is this? Oh, is this just the intro? Oh, it's a Poké-Rap. Why is it like that? What? Why is my YouTube feed like that? They said it wrong. Ah, see, I'll check it out after because I don't know. I want to keep the thing going. But yeah, back onto Kyogre. Oh wait, go in the comments. Where am I going in the comments? Wait, where are the comments? Oh wait, there they are. Everyone's complaining about Groudon and Kyogre. You guys screaming Aggron. Butchers, the main legendaries. So many Pokemon. Zigzagoon and Raticant. Groudon and Kyogre. That's so peak. That's... Some of those comments are peak. Anyway, Rayquaza. It's in the thumbnail for a reason. It is peak. And honestly, you know what? You can't really argue against it, can you really? You can't really argue against Rayquaza being objectively cool. Like, come on, dude. The question is, where does it go? I think this goes here. It's a very solid Pokemon. I don't think the base design is quite peak. But Rayquaza, like Mega Rayquaza, is there. Now you might be wondering, why is it in the thumbnail if it's not the best one? I didn't want to give the secret away straight away. Because you click on it like, oh, I know who's the best. Do you though? Do you or do you not? And you're going to have to wait and see to figure that out. Of this bunch. But yeah, Mega Rayquaza is pretty sick. I do like Mega Rayquaza a lot. Just making a Pokemon that's already really good 10 times stronger with abilities and everything, like, there's literally, you can't go wrong. Like, you literally, unless you make it like the Latties. So actually you can go wrong. You can go very, very wrong, but yeah. I don't know, man. Usually, as long as they put an ounce of thought into it, and they're not sister Pokemon, you can't really go wrong, you know? Pokemon is stealing fan terms and making new ones that no one's gonna use. Oh yeah, true, they made like first partner Pokemon when they're starter Pokemon, like what? They basically just rephrased it and made it longer for literally no reason. What else is there? There's Powerhouse Pokemon, which sounds cool, but Pseudo-Legendary also sounds really cool. There's no reason really not to use Pseudo-Legendaries when we've been using it for so long. And then there's special Pokemon that I learned yesterday. I don't know why they're not just calling them legendary and mythical. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard now, because you got like Paradox Pokemon and like all different forms. Also, I might look a bit tired, and that's because I woke up at 3 PM yesterday and then had a 2-hour nap earlier at like 8 to 10. And this was my calling to get my sleep schedule back to normal. So if I look tired, that's why. Yeah. Bum, bum. So, in true spirit of having no sleep schedule, we're gonna crack one of these open. A Pepsi. Cheers. Pepsi Max. The best fizzy drink. Low-key. I genuinely can't think of a drink that tops it. Now, Jirachi. Does anyone really have any, like, solid love for Jirachi out there? I'm kind of intrigued. Because realistically, right, 10 PM to 2 AM, and then 3 AM to 6 AM, and 8 AM to 12 PM. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that sounds horrific. That genuinely sounds like horrific. She's so majestic. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't find Jirachi that interesting. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I'm also gonna move Mewtwo down, I think. I'm gonna replace you here. I feel more towards Entei than Jirachi, despite the movie. Movie? Wrong movie, bro. But yeah. I don't know. The Gen 3 Mythicals aren't that great, let's be honest. The Gen 3 Mythicals are like probably the worst set of Mythicals, like overall. Actually no, Gen 6 is probably worse, but we'll get onto that later. Deoxys, low-key, I don't really have that much attachment to Snorunt. What's Snorunt got to do with Mythicals, bro? Deoxys. Yeah, Deoxys. Everyone's favourite mythical Pokemon. Deoxys. Round of applause. Yeah. Get in, Haycron. These two Pokemon are actually like... These two versions are not great. I'll put this in like here. I like this design, and then this one's just like not a fan. Deoxys as a general Pokemon is in hate crime. The Mew-evolution Pokemon, bro made the W Mew. How would you say that? Like the Meavy? 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 Yeah, I guess just Meavy. Yeah, Deoxys in short is just a hate crime of Pokemon. I never really explained the tiers, but we got number 1 for the eventual number 1 in this thing. And then we got Uxie. No, that's... I was talking about tiers and I look at Uxie and I'm like, yep, that's a tier. Makes me shed a tear out. Absolutely dog shit it is. Get down there. It's not actually that bad, but like... I don't know. It's definitely the worst of the trilogy. Anyway, back to what I was gonna say. Yeah, we got number 1 Peak, which is, you know, the top of the top. We got Solid, which is like, you know, it's alright. I think it's a good Pokemon. Mid, not really much to say about it, or it fell off for me. I'm not a fan where it's just below mid. Hate crime is pretty bad, or like really underwhelming, and then committing multiple felonies will be the same as number 1, but the worst version, the worst one, you know? Arceus is literally what came first, the Pokemon or the egg. Honestly, yeah. Didn't they say an egg spawned though? So like, it's not like... They literally said like... I swear in the lore it literally says an egg spawned in the void and then Arceus was born. And then he created like... Dialga, Palkia and... Giratina. And then they created... And then he created Mew, which evolved into the... Which eventually evolved into like Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf. And then Mew evolved into... And then he created Mew, which evolved into like everything. But how did you get that? I don't know, man. I really don't know. Why have I got messages? How did I get that? I don't know. How did you get into the void before any Pokemon existed? The void is just the void, man. And the egg was formed by matter itself. How did that spawn? It was the Big Bang. It just... I'm just waffling, man. I have absolutely no idea. But my guess would be similar to how the theory of relativity... But I'm not going to act like I know science or anything, but... What I would suppose is a massive chemical reaction just magically started one day. There was like a 1 in 10 quintillion chance of spawning every like 10 years. And then matter itself managed to form an egg, which then formed Arceus, who formed everything. That is my guess. Anyway, the Lake Spirits. I'd say these are both solid. I like these designs. Not as much as Celebi, I don't think. You know what? Actually, Azelf used to be my favourite, but Mesprit has grown on me a lot. I used to think, like, Mesprit's hair is kind of stupid. I don't know, Mesprit's kind of cute now. I think, like, Azelf's triangular head has, like, put me off a bit. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's been the relative problem with it. At least for me. Anyway. You know, this song goes hard, you know. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sash. You could have a Sash with this in the background, and that would go hard though. You could just go to the club or something. It would go crazy, bro. Dialga. You know what? As the first box art legendary that I ever like caught, I think it's solid. I think it's very, very solid. I'd probably put it below Kyogre though. Dialga is cool. I'm not going to put it too high because I don't really remember using it all that much. I did use it in BDSP, I think. Or did I? I don't think I did actually. Who did I use in BDSP? I used Houndoom, Empoleon, Gardevoir, Abomasnow. I don't remember who else I used, but they were very cool. That's what I mean. Yeah, I remember when they announced BDSP, I was going to complete the Pokedex with someone, so I was like, okay, I'll get Brilliant Diamond, you get Shining Pearl, and then we can trade exclusives. But then I got impatient later and just bought the thing because we never actually did it. But Giratina at number 1. Hang on a minute, we've still got a few Pokemon yet. That one guy, patience, my friend. Hello, by the way, welcome to the stream. Dialga Origin. Now, when this dropped, I remember the hate for these two Pokemon, like Origin Palkia and Dialga, was at an all-time high. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time I kind of agreed, because realistically, right, Palkia looks like a less emo Spectria. But over time, they've definitely grown on me. And I will say, like, originally, it was here. Like, 100%. I don't know why I'm ranking you fast. But now, I actually think this design's pretty solid. Do I prefer it? Yeah, I'd say I prefer it. Now, the thing is with Origin Palkia, right, and Palkia in general, is that just... Oh yeah, hold on, let me get into my Palkia pose. Like I was saying before with, like, Palkia, yeah. There's something about him that I can just never get attached to him, you know what I mean? How do I, like, do that? Yeah, that. Yeah, I don't know. Palkia's just kind of like... I've never really been a fan of Palkia all that much. I need to really, like, play, you know, the game again. Like, play through Shining Pearl and actually use one. And then I'll just put this, like, I'll put it here. Anyway, back to normal posture. Heatran. You guys might not like this, but, he has committed multiple felonies and should be put down. Actually, no, wait, there's one more Pokemon that's committed more felonies. Yeah, that one guy. Heatran, I will argue this to the end of time. I did this in my initial Sinnoh tier list that I streamed over like a year ago now, like a year and a half ago, I think. And Heatran should not be legendary. I will stand on that thing for a very long time. I think it should be like Hawlucha. Or more like Volcarona. Like, it's close, it could be... It's definitely not a pseudo, but it's like... Between pseudo and starters in power. Like... There's not really that much hype behind... I don't know, just like... I don't get why it's legendary. You know? I don't get it. Like, there's nothing special about it. It's got a really half-assed story in Platinum. In Legends Arceus, it's just whacked in a volcano just to put it somewhere. Like, Heatran... And in the anime, all there is that one episode Where actually no, there is that couple part series in Journeys, which was kind of cool. Where Team Galactic caught Heatran and then it swallowed something and then it went rampant and like almost just ended the world, but then Arceus like just drowned it and it was fine. That's the only cool thing Heatran has ever had. And I don't know, I just don't think it should be legendary, man. It's not that interesting of a Pokemon. Kind of reminds me of Glalie, you know? Arceus is 100% Jesus. Oh yeah. One day we'll end up getting like an all-powerly god Pokemon. That isn't just Arceus. Now Regigigas. Oh boy. Regigigas. Now you guys are probably expecting him to go in mids like the rest. And he was going to go in mid until I remembered a story that I had how long ago was it now? It was at least a year ago, I think. Now, I was playing 2v2 showdown battles, but it wasn't 2v2. It was, was it 2v2? I think what we were doing is, you basically had 4 Pokemon. You had 4 players. It was a 1v1v1v1, but we chose teams. And I got Regigigas, right? So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, you know, like, as long as he stays alive, it's fine. That is a good meme. But yeah, story time. And, basically, what this Reggie decided to do was, just, because it's Regigigas, right, it's the bulkiest thing on planet Earth. So it just lives. I spam protected and stuff. And the guy across from me obviously couldn't kill it. So eventually it survived long enough, and then I sweep someone's entire team with a Regigigas. It was my first time ever using one. It was so good. Like, it was so funny, dude. Like, looking back at that, like, I couldn't replicate that in, like, a game with, like, actual competent people, but because I was playing with my friends, it was so good, dude. I actually really like Reggie's. 1 second later, dead, long live the king. Yeah, Regigigas was like, it's pretty solid. Purely because of that story, I'm ranking it higher than it probably should be. No, it's not above Mewtwo, but it's above the Lattes, I think. But yeah, Regigigas is, the Eons, yeah. But yeah, Regigigas is just so funny, man. Regigigas is so funny. I wish I had that on recording because it was such a good moment. Like, I wish I also saw someone in person reacting to what was happening, because you just wouldn't believe it. Regigigas is stats good as Gen 9 legendaries. It just hold it back, its ability should be nerfed. See, that was the funniest part about that battle though, is that slow start is so bad, but it still somehow survived until then, and then sweep the team. I almost find Regigigas more funny, the fact that it's bad. I wonder if there's a way to use Regigigas in double battles. Like, give it a different ability. I don't know how possible that is. Hey Ashu, by the way, what's up? Tempter's cool. Your autocorrect is not liking you at all. Another peak song, by the way. Sword protect after 5 times and then sweep. Yeah, true. True. But yeah, that was the funniest part about that story. Regigigas is a goat for that. I don't know who I was teaming up with then, but... Anyway, on to the big boy. That one guy, I'm sure you were waiting for this, as you said you put Giratina #1 straight away. And funny story, I actually replayed through Legends Arceus just like 2 days ago and completed the Pokédex, got a live index and everything. Because I wanted to start playing Pokemon again, because I'm going to be honest, I did take a bit of a break. I don't really know why, but I just didn't really have any motivation. And, yeah, I came back, played through this, sweeped Volo because I had my team in the 80s and 90s. And Giratina, like Rayquaza, I think is pretty peak. I think regular Giratina is better, but Origin form is worse than... No, I'll put it there. They're both very peak Pokemon. But yeah. They're like almost equal, but I think I definitely just prefer Rayquaza overall. But they're like, it's like a 9.6 and a 9.5. You know what I mean? Like there's barely anything between them. Close to #1? Yeah, it's close. It's definitely top 5 legendaries in the first 5 gens. And the Necrozma #1. Hold on, we'll get to Necrozma later. Longest battle I had on Showdown singles was a 100-turn battle with 2 Carmine users. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I'm not surprised when there's Carmine involved. Now Croissant Pokemon. You are so dumb, Suicune is ass. Oh no, guys, I'm so stupid. Sorry. You know what? You're right. I am stupid. It belongs in. You know, maybe. Sorry. Maybe I was wrong. You know, clearly, Cavalodetrio. What is your bro? Your name isn't real. What? You know, actually, screw you. I'm putting your Suicune right back up there. I was playing along to a bit, but yeah. Suicune's not ass. I really like Suicune, but yeah. Cresselia. I'm not gonna lie. Cresselia's design puts it at the top of mid. I don't think it's all that like. I don't think it's all that crazy. I don't think it's necessarily bad either. But I do like Cresselia. But I don't think it's like anything crazy. It kind of reminds me of Lugia. But I just prefer the design, you know? Darkrai is better, Darkrai is peak. We'll get to Darkrai. You've only got 2 more, to be fair, to wait. Fiona. Do I really need to explain anything with Fiona? Do I really need to explain? Why is this thing legendary, man? This is the reason. You know what? Actually, no. They can both go in. They both committed multiple felonies. But the song goes so hard. Fiona is legendary. Yep. It is legendary. Why? Who knows? Why it's not just its own Pokemon? I'll never know. Why? I don't know why Fiona exists, man. I really don't know why it exists. Mythicals are a subset of legendary Pokemon, so by default it is legendary, but it's also... It's classed as a mythical, but it's also by technicality a legendary as well. Also, this might be obvious, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that my chat is there. Well, yeah, my chat is there, so if I'm like constantly looking at this, it's because I'm looking at you guys. I just thought I'd point that out, just in case you guys didn't clock. I'm not just talking to the wall. I mean, I'm talking to a screen, but yeah, like I'm not just talking to a wall for no reason, you know? I just thought I'd point that out. Oh. By the way, my chair is so old. I need a new chair. This one's busted up so badly. Now, Manaphy, you know what? I actually kind of like Manaphy. Hello, I'm your wall. I wouldn't be surprised if someone was living in my walls. There's like... I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Manaphy. I actually kind of like Manaphy. I think it's here. I don't think it should be any higher, though. Because at the end of the day, it's just a slightly better version of Fiona. It's the Fiona that should exist. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense for Manaphy to exist. And before I knew Fiona, like, and realised how stupid it was, because there is someone I used to talk to quite frequently who, like, first of all, would put this guy here, and then keep Fiona there. And over time, my thoughts have slowly, like, moulded to that same degree. There's a Glaceon outbreak? Oh my god, that's actually pretty sick. Speaking of shiny hunting, I will be doing some shiny hunting streams soon. I have a bunch of ideas. I'm not gonna lie, right? Last night, 1 AM, I was like, you know what? I want to stream again. I want to do it consistently. So I wrote down basically every single, like, idea that I could stream. And yeah. We're gonna go through those. And also with Legends EA on the way, what better time to get back into streaming consistently than the month before, right? Right, Darkrai is, I've been looking at this for a while, so I'm gonna swap those around. You know what? I think Darkrai might be just above Mew. I think that's why I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna swap those. Darkrai is very, very good. I do like Darkrai a lot. I don't think he's quite peak, but he's very, very solid. You know what really makes me sad, by the way? I don't have the member card. I didn't get it when BDSP dropped, so I can never shiny hunt Darkrai unless I get it in Platinum, which I need to spend an absolute fortune on, and also get a DS capture card to stream it, you know? What song is this? Neoplasma Battle HQ? This is cold, bro, what the hell? Yeah, Darkrai is pretty high up there. I do like Darkrai quite a lot. Now, I will say, regular Shaman, by the way, is like... Yeah, this is peak song. Shaman's like... It's okay. I don't mind Shaman. I'll put it like here. I'll put it there. I think base Shaman is okay. It's not offensive. It's not racist, it's not homophobic, it's just there. You know what I'm trying to say? But Shaman Sky, however, is pretty solid. I do like Shaman Sky quite a lot. I'm live. Yes, Hacker, I am. I know it's been a while, I do apologise. My list would have all Pokemon in peak. But, yeah, Shaman... I'm realising Mew has just been overtaken by like 4 Pokemon in like 2 seconds. Who is who? If you're on about Hacker, yeah, like, when I was streaming, like, I was streaming a Professor Oak in Legends Arceus, but I realised, like, I started streaming something that's too big of a challenge for me right now. I want to ease my way back into everything, and maybe one day we'll go for it again. But, yeah, I don't know. What is that? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe one day we'll go back to that and, like, start it again, but... Anyway, Arceus. What's everyone's thoughts on Arceus? Arceus? Arceus. Like, yeah? Arceus? As MJTV would say. Solid. You don't fuck with Arcturus. You know what? I realised that's what got me screwed up, and you guys won't know what I'm talking about because you guys don't play GD probably. But that's what probably messed up my Arcturus. You know, I should call it Arcturus from now on, and see if anyone gets the reference. Yeah, Arceus, I think, for a Pokemon that's considered to be God, design-wise, I don't know how well it represents it, but I just think I was about to say Arcturus, like, unironically. I think it just has aura as a Pokemon, so I'm going to put it, like, pretty high up. I'm trying to decide. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm going to have to move you back down. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that, I think. I think it's just got aura as a Pokemon, you know? Like, you can't really hate... I was about to say it again, you can't really hate Arceus, you know? Crazy downgrade? Yeah, kinda, but... It's still in the higher... in the upper echelon of solid. You know? And with that, we have Gen 4 done. And we're an hour into stream, and we've done maybe a third of the legendaries total, so it looks like this is going to be a long stream. I did know that was going to happen, to be fair. The Charisma E8. I mean, the Charisma's... We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Now, this might be a hot take, but... I'm sorry, man. Victini is the best legendary Pokemon out there. There is no better legendary than Victini. Legendary, mythical, whatever you want to call it. Victini is so peak. I love Victini with all my heart. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. Yeah, I absolutely love Victini. It's adorable. It's got the strongest... Fun fact, it's got the strongest non-Z move or, like, non-gimmick move with V-Create, which is like 180 base power or something like that. So it's super strong, it's super cool. The only downside to Victini is its stat spread. If Victini had a better stat spread, it might just be like the best Pokemon ever made. Like, Victini is so cool. I love Victini. And I think the thing that really makes me sad is that we can't shiny hunt it. Imagine Terra Fire V-Create Victini. That would literally burn down. It would burn down an entire village. Imagine that with a Z move on top of that. Little twat. Do not call him a twat. You will get banned. No, that's horrible. But yeah, I just love Victini so much. I mean, it would burn town. Yeah, you're not wrong with that. It would, but I didn't want to say it like that. He will be blasting off again. But yeah, Victini, just beautiful design. One day we'll be able to shiny hunt it, and the frame I see that shiny Victini is real and possible to get, I'll stream it. If it's a soft reset of 1 in 8K, I'll boot it up and stream it until I die. I will get that shiny Victini. No one wants shiny Victini more than I do. I'm telling you now. No one wants it more than I do. Anyway, enough of yapping about that. Bill Marshadow. We'll get to Gen 7 soon. We'll get to Gen 7. Which isn't actually that far away, because we just got these guys and then Gen 6, which is like nothing. Cobra Lion. What do you guys think of Cobra Lion? I think it's like... You know what I mean? Like, it's just like... I don't know, there's nothing special about it. It takes itself too seriously. What do you mean that's not how you say it? It's Cobra Lion. Cobalion? It's not a sheep, you don't go Cobalion. It's Cobra Lion. What you're saying right now is co, as in an organisation, bar like a sheep, and then lay one in French. Whereas I'm saying Cobra Lion, which is how it's written down, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it takes itself too seriously for me. It's kind of like Entei. Cobalt. It's very mid, yeah. Forget the pronunciation thing. I'm gonna be honest, I was gaslighting you. Of course I know it's Cobalion. Of course I was gaslighting you. But, yeah. And this goes the same for Terrakion. Oh, sorry, should I say Terrakion? Alright, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that, the one guy. You little sussy among us. Real. Terrakion. You know, Terrakion actually sounds kind of hard. Instead of Terrakion, you know. These three Pokemon, low-key could be in a trio. You could call them the serious trio. You know what I mean? I'm also realizing, by the way, I've set a super high bar for peak. The mid trio, yeah. Oh. Apologies. Virizion. Virizion, you know what? Nice Bob, thank you. I tried my best. What music is this? Black 2, White 2? This is Iris's theme? I would not guess Iris for this theme. I don't know who I guessed, but it wouldn't be Iris. Virizion... I'm trying to think, right, because... Loki, I think Virizion is so much better than the other two. There's a Gibble in the wall? What is going on? But I don't know where to put Virizion. Because, like... I don't know. Oh, wait, I thought there was genuinely just two different, I genuinely thought you meant, like, I don't know why, I thought you were referring to my actual wall. I didn't think you meant it in Scarlet and Violet. Listen, man, I'm tired, leave me alone. Right. Well, let me see it. Basically, what you want to do is, like, hold this button and, like, move your joystick, like, into the wall. And then you'll be able to see the wall. Through the wall if it's shiny. it didn't show. Oh, you're cooked then. I'm sorry, man. Right, Tornadus. You know what? I have a bit of a soft spot for Tornadus because it was actually the first legendary I ever caught. It was the first one I ever caught. And you might be wondering, how is that even possible? Like I said, back in my day, Pokemon Vortex, which is also why Victini's #1 for me. Tornadus, specifically this one, back in the day on Pokemon Vortex, there were 5 different types of Pokemon. There was the normal one. You know a Pokemon Vortex? What a king. Yeah, there was normal, there was metallic, there was shiny, there was shadow, and there was mystic. There might have been one more, but those are the 5 I remember. And my first ever Tornadus was a mystic Tornadus. You look... I found the right people to talk to. Did you guys ever go through the stage of like just going back and forth for hours just to try and find a legendary? If so, how much did you guys do that? Just for a legendary. I'm never gonna use 4 hours. I used to actively... Right, this might sound kind of sad, but I used to play it at school, right? And then what I would do is, because I didn't have a computer at home, what I would do is I would take a 15-minute walk to go to the library to then play on the weekends. I was that addicted to Pokemon Vortex. I have 3 accounts and each one is so real for that. I was on the grind back then. I didn't even listen to music either, by the way. I literally used to just sit and go like I used to just sit and just like play and just go back and forth over and over again, just waiting for a legendary. Unstable? Oh no. Please tell me. Is the bitrate fine, chat? Oh no. Is the stream like fine? Oh, it's fine on YouTube. That's weird. It just shows red bitrate and I'm scared. Please tell me I've been hunting for legends. It's fine. But yeah. I used to grind... Honestly, Pokemon Vortex, I probably put... Because I played it from year 5 or year 4 until year 9, school-wise. Which is 4 years, and I used to play it for hours. Like, naturally. It wasn't shiny, rip. Just wasted 9 Ultra Balls, rest in peace. Yeah. I think I spent... I could have spent like 2,000-3,000 hours on that game. I've still got my account to this day, I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can... Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can log in. Oh my god, I've still got my account. You know what, forget the tier list for now. I'm going to show you guys through the account I used to have. Oh my god. Trades? An offer for a Shadow Pichu. Get that shit out of here, bro. What is that? Right, so, my account. View all your Pokemon. I was on my grind back in the day. I haven't looked at this in ages, by the way, so this is going to be my first time looking at it in a very long time. But, I remember this Shadow Zapdos, I found it so cool. Shadow Zapdos was so cool, dude. I had a Mega Gengar Shadow as well. That's actually sick, dude. Yeah, it's still up to this day. Mega Mewtwo Y. Fun fact, actually. Oh, Dark Pokemon. That was the one I missed. Fun fact, actually. This was a joint account. And, yeah. You'll see why in a minute. Yeah, we used to have so many legendaries. This was mine. I remember trading this to my account. Do you? Maybe. Yeah, this was a joint account. And we used to grind on this, like, all the time. At Mega Aggron. I think that was them, the other person that used that. This was my original Shadow Kyogre! Look, you must be able to see original trainer, right? Was it not? Wait. Hold on, let me go back, because maybe it's just like... I think this was mine. No, this was him, yeah. Jensen, that was his original. Then, I think this was mine. Did I only play on this account, really? Original trainer, question marks, that's cold. I'm trying to find, like, what my original account was. I don't know what my original account was, but... Just walk back and forth, yeah. This might have been mine? Break free? Maybe it wasn't, but I think you traded for it. This must have been mine. No? We had a shiny Cresselia, dude? That was sick. This surely must have been mine. No? Stop. Anyway. Yeah, apparently just none of it... No, this one was mine. 100%. Maybe I did just grind on this account. Like, it must have been. Was it? Yeah, I must have just grinded on this account from day one. Because, like, I literally remember, like, putting so many hours into this. On different accounts. But yeah, this one, we traded for a shiny Victini, and oh my god, like, you can tell how much, look how much experience it's got. That's when you know I play this game a lot. For context, by the way, I've been playing this game since it was V2. But yeah, that is my account. Victini Master 1. Shiny Dark Crown? I don't remember that being real, man. But yeah, I'm not going to spend any more time on that because we need to actually rank all of the legendaries, but that was a blast from the past, bro. Holy. Tornadoes. Anyway, yeah, I got completely sidetracked. But, yeah. Tornadoes, I'd say it's like here. Maybe here. Actually, no, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Yeah, Pokemon Vortex back in the day was the shit. Then this is like a hate crime. It's not as bad as Deoxys, but it's a bit of a hate crime. I remember this. Yeah, honestly, the memories of Pokemon Vortex is... It was the first game I, like, properly grinded as a kid, I'm pretty sure. Other than Mario Kart, actually. Mario Kart was fast. And then I went through a crazy Pokemon phase. Remember, I thought it was down. Yeah, it might have gone down, but... I know, I very rarely think of Pokemon Vortex. Unless I'm ranking, like, legendaries and stuff. Thundurus? You know what? Thundurus is definitely the best of the trio. I'm gonna put it in solid. Like, I think just design-wise, it's a lot cooler. I'm actually gonna put Celebi above and then put these guys here. I think that's more fair. You used to play it in school? Yeah! At one point it got blocked in my school because one of our friends got hacked. And by one of our friends got hacked, I mean I was an asshole when I was younger and released all these legendaries. I was such a dickhead. I was such a knobhead. I got into his account and released all his legendary Pokemon. And he started crying, dude. The poor kid. Actually, no, he deserved it. He was an asshole. Oh my god, I'm crying just thinking about that. Yeah, he literally cried and, like, everything. Dude, I always wondered, like... Actually, no, I'm not gonna say because I'm not actually, like, diagnosed or anything. But I always think, like, looking back, like... Would a non-neurodivergent person actually do that? Like, a normal person isn't sitting on a PC for hours every day playing a fucking game where you go back and forth with, like, no... thing. I still need to get a diagnosis booked. Or, like, go to my GP about it. I just can't be bothered, man. Anyway, Thundurus. You know what? This actually complements this, like, really well. Played it in school and it got blocked because kids will play it during lessons. I never had that, but... any shiny hunter's normal. Committed people, probably not. But if you do it, like, now and then, like, just for fun, then... You know, I can see it. Anyway, yeah. Reshiram. Yeah. I like Reshiram. I think Reshiram's solid. Probably put it, like... Here. I prefer Manaphy. And Club Penguin. I never actually played Club Penguin. My ass was on Pokemon Vortex all the time. Definition of rolls off the tongue. Honestly, Reshiram. The thing is, right, if I hadn't had a drink, it would have been like, ah. Do you ever get that where, like, you want to roll an R, but it's just like, it just doesn't work because your throat is too dry? Because I get that a lot. Zekrom? Ooh. I might lose some people with this one, but I think it's kind of mid, you know. I think Zekrom's kind of mid. I don't know, it's just like... I think it's cool, but like, Reshiram, like... I just prefer the design. I don't know, like, there's a lot that I prefer about Reshiram to Zekrom, and I don't know why really, because like, it's not... I don't know, the thing is as well, like, I played Black too. Does it have Pokemon Black 2? I'm trying to figure out, like... Yeah, like, I played Black 2, so you'd think I prefer Zekrom, but... I don't know, man, not the biggest fan of Zekrom. I can't even lie. Gen 5 is best Pokemon region. I would have to disagree. And we'll get on to why later. Landorus... He can join this trilogy of I'm going to take myself way too seriously. And then you can also just like go above. Zekrom is peak. I'm sorry. I just don't agree at all. I'm not gonna lie, Kyurem... Oh wait, hold on. I'm not gonna lie, right, Kyurem's a bit like... Okay, I'm kind of over this bit of like having terrible posture, but Kyurem's just mid. I think he's better than this bottom of Deoxys, but nothing more. Nothing stuff. Hold on, let me see if I've got a pack on TCG Pocket. Where's UBs? They're in a separate tier list. Hold on, I'm just curious when my pack is for TCG. 4 hours? Never mind, bye. Yeah. Now, Black and White Zekrom, I think is like here. I think they're both really cool. Actually, no, I'll put them here. I think Black Zekrom's like cooler. Yeah. Yeah, the Gen 6 to Gen 9 are on a different tier list because the files were too big, apparently, for some bizarre reason. Now, Keldeo. What are people's thoughts on Keldeo? I've got an itchy ear. Bongo? What do you mean, bongo? Yeah, what do you guys think of Keldeo? Because, like, I kind of like Keldeo, but at the same time, he's, like, mid as hell. No, I'm talking about Keldeo, not Genesect. Do you like Pogo? Oh, Pokemon Go? Yeah, I'd say I like it. I think it's alright. I prefer TCG Pocket, but that's just because I like gambling. I like the gamble and get the free hit every day of just like, hopefully getting something cool. It's called more mid than your middle finger. Also, it's like directly here, I see. Yeah, I do agree, like regular Keldeo is like mid. You know, Keldeo Resolute form though, I think is less mid. It's like that. Pogo can be peak at times, but I play it. What? Wait. Middle finger is at the end of your hand. What, like? What do you mean the end of your hand? I don't know, man. Yeah, I think Keldeo Resolute is like a pretty decent upgrade. It's what a new form should do without making it too complicated. I think it's a very solid second form. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. Meloetta is peak. Above Suicune. I think both forms of Meloetta are peak. And I'm not gonna hear it from anyone. Have you tried Pokédoku? I have. Not for a while though. And ultimately for this version of the tier list, Meloetta is peak. I'm glad someone agrees. Genesect, I think... I was gonna say mid, but I kinda like it. I'm not gonna lie, these guys are gonna have to move down. it's a Pokemon, so yeah. Oh. Genesect is so peak. I don't agree. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, Meloetta though is peak. I really like Meloetta. And you know what? It's probably the mythical I have the most nostalgia for. Again, I'll get to those. They're in a different tier list. They're in this. But I'm like quickly doing this fast. I'm actually going to save this for now. Right. Legendaries. Ranked. Gen 1 to 5 legendaries ranked. Hi. Save. Yeah, that is my Gen 1 to 5 legendaries ranked. And I'm not going to change anything because I put them all there for a reason. Overall, the first 5 generations of legendaries were very solid. There's not many that are like terrible. So, yeah. Now, we go on to the second lot. Which is all of these. Blood, it's been an hour. It's nearly been 2. It's closer to 2 hours. Galarian Birds are Gen 6, so yeah. I don't care. I'm already. The daily Pokédoku. You know what? Sure, I'll do Pokédoku. Pokédoku. Let's play. Right. Sinnoh Ghost type. Gen 8. I mean, yeah. Yeah, let's quickly do this. Let's go with Frostlass. Okay, 8%. Sinnoh Dark type. Now there's the obvious one being Weavile, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You know what, for this I'm just going to put Rampardos. 20%? Damn. Weavile. I think I'm just going to put Weavile. Only 14%. Honchkrow would have been a good one. I think more people probably guessed that though. Rock and ground type. Let's just go with Graveler. Okay. Ghost and ground Runa. I guess. Really? There's more than one? Oh yeah, Palossand. Doink doink doink. First one could have been Drifloon. It could have been. Dark and ground? I can't even think of ground. Rock that evolves by item. Ooh. That one's tough, you know. Crocodile? Oh yeah, Crocodile. Yeah, I'm gonna go Crocorock. Oh, huge. Right, Ghost evolves by item. Now, there's a good chunk of these Pokemon, but I'm gonna go with Sinistea. Oh wait, no, wait, what's the... I'm gonna go with this. Come on. Dark type. I can't even think of that many dark types, to be honest. I don't know why I struggle with dark types. Link cable, that would have been smart. I was gonna go Poltergeist, but then I thought Sinister. Dark types. Again, there's Weavile. But I've already picked Weavile. Try Umbreon. Umbreon doesn't evolve by a stone. It's by friendship. It says it evolves by item. Evolves by item? Oh my god. Which one's the dark type? Would this count? Which one's the dark type? Which Urshifu? Single strike. Dude, I am so smart. And then rock by... Mate, I don't have a clue. Good job. I don't have a clue in terms of rock types. Safety. Could Golem count? It can! Try Onyx. Onyx would have been a good one. Alright, let's see how well I did. See if I got any of the main ones. I actually didn't get any of the most common ones, which is really cool. What was my lowest percent? Sinister, for sure. We actually did solid, yeah. What about least common? Drifblim. Someone said Drifblim. Oh, I got the lowest with Urshifu? Oh my god, I'm the GOAT. Aegislash. It's close with that. Larvitar? Damn. I always forget Larvitar's ground type, you know. Probopass. Smart. Bonsly. Fair. Sandile? Really? Oh. Why have I not gone with Geomask? You know what? Overall, very solid. But I just let you. Yeah. Anyway, back to the tier list. We're gonna start out with some solids with these two. Yveltal, you know, Yveltal is close to peak, and that's because 13-year-old me just spammed Oblivion Wing on everything, and it was the most fun, ever, when I was younger. Just spamming it constantly and constantly and constantly. It was so good. I used to love Yveltal back in the day, or as MJ TV would say, Yveltal! Zygarde, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Zygarde's underrated as a Pokemon. I might even put all three in peak, you know. Oh. Do I put them peak? You know what, screw it, man. I'm putting them all in peak. I think the base form is, the 50% form is the worst, but it's not bad. Who is excited for Legends EA, by the way? How excited out of 10 are you guys? Because with these new Mega Pokemon releasing, it's going up and up and up for me. but I don't have a Switch 2. You can get it on the regular Switch, right? You can get it on the regular Switch for £10 less. Or are you just saying that because it's probably going to run way worse? It is releasing on the regular Switch, right? I'm not going crazy. Here's Pokemon Legends ZA releasing on Switch. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's releasing on both. Switch is too fast, so it's smoother. That's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to stream it as soon as it comes out. Because I've never streamed a Pokemon game that quickly. Mainly because since I started content creation properly, like, a game hasn't released. How do people even hate Pokemon? Oh, some of my friends recently have definitely created an argument for it. I'll say that. I'll say that people have definitely made an argument. But I still love it. And, yeah. I do see that point, but I just love it, man. By the way, Diancie, I'm just saying, peak and solid. Yeah, that's fair. It's funny how, like, my first experience with Pokemon wasn't even, like, an official Pokemon game, it was just Pokemon Vortex. And then I got Pokemon Diamond from my cousin, because he didn't play it anymore. And then Black 2, and then I eventually got a 3DS with, like, the Gen 6 games. And then I kind of fell out of love with it for a bit. But then I got back into it with the Sun and Moon anime. I've had a really weird Pokemon journey. Been very much up and down. If you're wondering why my hand's behind my back, by the way, I've got a really itchy back. It's like really awkward. Now, Hooper, this thing can burn in a hole, and so can you. I think we can all agree after watching the Hooper movie that it's committed multiple felonies. Actually, you know what? I'll put you mid. But this ring form, do you like shinies? I've shiny hunted a lot in my day. I'd say I enjoy shiny hunting, yes. Volcanion. You know what? I think Volcanion's a bit underrated as a Pokemon. It's shiny, absolute dog shit, but I think the normal Volcanion is actually, like, solid. I wouldn't say it's, like, great, but the first fire and water type, it's pretty cool. You can't take that away from it. It's pretty cool. It might still be the only fire and water type, right? Could be wrong with that, but I think it might be, right? Yeah, that's fine. Type null. Ooh. Thanks for the follow, Ashu. Really appreciate that. Almost there. 2080 will have Gen 50, real. Right, what do you guys think of Type Null and Silvally, by the way? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think they're really good. I really like Type Null. I think they're solid. think these two definitely deserve to be here. Because people just say like, oh, Silvally is just a B-Tech Arceus. But that wasn't its purpose. Silvally's purpose was created to defeat Ultra Beasts. And when you think of that, and then you think of Gladion's storyline in the anime of him like doing it to protect his sister and like get his mom back, and how hard they train, like it's so cool. It's so cool. I really like these two Pokemon. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme with the whole, you know, the generation, or the later gen legendaries. What did Hooper do? Did you see the movie? If you like Hooper, do not watch the Kalos movie. With like, based on Hooper. He's like, Ale Hooper ring! Shut up, bitch! You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take his ring, snap him in half, and shove him where the sun don't shine. Anyway. Going back to Peak, get up there. Why did he talk? Real. It's not funny, it's annoying as hell. Yeah, Tapu Koko, by the way, absolutely peak Pokemon. It's the video, it's a Pokemon that got me my most viewed video ever, which is 200k, which is beyond absurd. But not only that, it's just such a solid design. Like, it's got an ultra awesome mohawk. Like, come on, dude. Literally, hacker, yeah. Literally, dude. Actual, like, minus 10,000 BC IQ. Now, Tapu Lele, I believe, is solid. Probably not as good as these two. Tapu Bulu, I hate to say it, but Tapu Bulu's kinda mid. I need permissions. You have your permission. Yeah, I think Tapu Bulu's the worst. Then Tapu Fini is like here. Do you guys have a favorite out of the Tapus, or do you think they're all like solid? Like, what do you guys think? Tapu Koko is peak. I agree. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, by the way, like, constantly, I basically have, like, this weird, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, it's just, I can't help but, like, pick at it when I really shouldn't do. Yeah, Cosmog, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is also peak. Cosmog is peak. Your favorite is Tapu Bulu, I'm sorry. I love them all because of the second... Oh, yeah, I like that one. Oh, I'm tired, man. We're gonna finish this, though. Champion at heart, rise to the challenge. Yeah, honestly, I remember looking at Twitter and someone mentioned, like, wow, the dub songs really fell off in, like, Gen 7. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? It's Gen 8 where they fall off. Like, the first one in Gen 8 was good. I really like that one. And then, that, like, after that, there's just not been a good dub opening. Like, ever since. I don't know what they did. Like, they were cooking so hard and then they just stopped. Stronger and stronger, we rise to the challenge of life, Pokemon. Yeah, I love that one. I'm not gonna lie, by the way, Cosmom's like here. Because, like, you can't really have an opinion on an egg, you know what I'm saying? Messes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know pre-Gen 3 anime stuff that well. I've watched Gen 4 to Gen 8 religiously. I've watched a decent bit of Gen 9, although I did stop for quite a while, so I need to catch back up on that. Apparently, what's his name? There's Roy, there's Liko, and then there's that new kid with the green hair and the Mega Sableye. Apparently he's got a Mega Dragonite now. I'm unbeatable. Oh yeah, I know that one. I need to stop picking at that. I'm not playing the theme songs because it's copyright. I'm on YouTube as well, remember. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, by the way. Solgaleo and Lunala are going top and peak. And there's only one Pokemon that tops it. I know you're on YouTube, I forgot, yeah. Solgaleo and Lunala are so good, and I'll defend them to the end of time. Honestly, they might be the best representations of box arts we've ever had. Like, they're the most solid box art legendaries. Like, they're so equal in, like, enjoyment for me, and, like, I don't know, I just love them. Now, Nihilego is solid. Probably up here. And then this Lusamine form, by the way, I wasn't sure, but I'm actually going to put this Lusamine form in peak. Actually merging with a human and, like, taking them on is such a cool idea. I actually really like the Lusamine Nihilego, and that's why I put it in the tier list, because I wanted to talk about it. And you know what? Buzzwole is also, like, solid. I really like Buzzwole. There's just so many good legendaries from Gen 7, man. Cosmog looks sick. Oh yeah, Cosmog is awesome. By the way, Cosmog evolves into these two. Like this guy and... oh! This guy and this guy. Cosmog, real. But yeah, these two are beautiful. Oh my god, I'm yawning so much, man. Pheromosa. You know, I also really like Pheromosa. Not as much as Buzzwole. I'm gonna put Buzzwole up here. I'll move this down. You know, I'm actually just gonna move this down completely, yeah. Had Cosmog and... yo, it's bad, bro. Yeah, Cosmog's like, not great. Yeah, like Pheromosa, what did I just do? Pheromosa, like Buzzwole, like, they're actually really solid Pokemon. Pokemon Vortex, Emeralds, and I miss the good old days. I've still yet to ever play Pokemon Emerald. I played Oras religiously, but I never got around to playing Emerald. I only got around to playing Platinum last year, because I played so much of BDSP. And like Legends Arceus. What fucking song is this, bro? I was going to make a video on playing Heart Gold Soul Silver for the first time, but I don't know if I want to do that now. Zakatri is mid. I'll put it there. Also, I've decided I'm not a fan of this guy. Played Emerald on school computer. He played Team Starboss. Is it in the playlist? Because I can have a look. Wait, what? Where'd the playlist go? What? I was in a playlist, it just randomly, like... Hold on, let me get up my... Stream background music. I know this isn't what you were looking for, but hold on, give me a second. I need to stop picking at this because it's actually Team Star. Oh, what do you mean there's no Scarlet and Violet in there? Hold on, let me just get Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OST. Because Team Star is peak. Where is it? Oh. This is it, right? This song goes hard, bro. They smash the Powder OSC out of the park, dude. You know what, Celesteela has actually gone up on my rankings because of TCG Pocket. I'm not gonna lie, it's still mid, but like, it's gone from I don't really care that much to I care a bit more. So, that's good enough for me. What does streamer think? I just gotta show you Bronzong. Bell Beast. Jelly Bean, that could also work. I see the vision. Katana! A Guy Bell Beast, that could work. Oh, this is so peak, bro. Katana. I'm gonna put Katana up here. Now, who was it that Buzzwole was their favourite Pokemon? Was it you, Galaxy? No? Whose favourite Pokemon was Buzzwole then? Not Buzzwole, Guzzlord. I'm stupid. Guy Bean Beast. That would work. That would go hard. Guzzlord, yeah. I don't know why. I've mixed those two up today. Because like Buzz, Guzz, like, you know what I mean? Like they rhyme. They basically have the same name. Guzzlord, I think he's pretty solid. I do like Guzzlord. Don't know if I prefer it to Type Null and Silvally though. Yeah, I think I'll keep it there. They're all just so peak, man. I forgot how hard this song goes, man. I haven't listened to it in ages. Anyway, I need to lock in. The charisma? You know what? Again, it's solid, man. Like, it's so badass that this thing could just steal the world's light. Loki, actually? Like, could be up here, I'm just saying. I might put this all the way back here, you know. But I'm like bopping my head to it constantly. Like, this song is so peak, yeah. Right, Lunala and Solgaleo. Duskmane and Dawnwing's Necrozma. What do you guys think of this fusion? Because when they started fusing Pokemon, you knew the shit was gonna get hot. But when they cooked this up, just... And they're shinies as well! Oh, just sweet nectar. Minimum that up here. Loki, I prefer them to regular Necrozma. I think I'll put these there. This is the reason I played through Scarlet 8 times. Oh my god, fair play. Is this just on loop or something? Yeah, not quite, but... Make a cool song, but don't go too hard, and then they just, like, go insanely hard. Now, Ultra Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma is pretty cool, I can't lie. Dude, I think there's already more in peak than there was with the last gen. Right? Yeah. Already, dude. Master Dojo from Switch. We'll listen to the Scarlet Violet OST for a bit. Just because I can't be able to keep switching between songs, but we'll listen to that in a bit, remind me. Alright, Magearna. You know what? I think I have a slightly bigger attachment to Magearna more than other people. Just because, I don't know, like, Lily's storyline with her was... I really liked it. I thought it was really wholesome, you know? The fact that she finds her father as well, like... It's awesome. I'm gonna put these guys together. I'm gonna put this guy above though, because... Oh god, yeah, the gym battle from Sword and Shield is peak. Marshadow. Ah... What do we think of Marshadow? We think Marshadow is pretty solid. I think I prefer Pheromosa, but Marshadow is pretty solid. I'm also going to move this down to mid because it's like... It's not the same caliber, you know? Oh, Jesus. Being one of the best. Listen, man. It's hard to compete with the big boys, you know? To compete with these guys, like... Marshadow, I'd actively have to use Marshadow in a playthrough and just destroy everything to even have it come close. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move Marshadow up because of the movie. But it's not above Buzzwole. Can't compete with Guzzy. It's like Cuz, but Guz. That's fire. Poipole and Naganado. You know what, low-key, this could be a hot take. Solid. Peak. I'm gonna put this over this. What's happened? Oh. What? It's road fire. I'm confused what's going on in chat, man. Marshadow is pretty cool. So Sharkastic? Yep. Okay, man. Oh yeah, Stakataka's a Pokemon, isn't it? Bro, it's just like a building. Like, who... You know, like... You know, I prefer this. You know, I'm actually gonna put Blacephalon next to Zacketry, because if anyone watched the Dusky, what is sarcastic? I was close to hitting the end stream button, I'm not gonna lie. But does anyone remember in the Ultra Sun and Moon anime where Lycanroc KO'd 2 Ultra Beasts simultaneously with its Z-move? When they were putting on a fireworks show, so we had to like avoid that and knock 2 of them out. Like, bro. You know, I'm gonna move Blacephalon up because of its shiny. I'm actually gonna move them both up. Yeah, I'm gonna move them both up. They're not in like... They're not in like solid, but... Just for their shinies, they move up a bit. Fuzzy at number 1. I'm not putting Fuzzy at number 1. You're gonna be waiting a while for number 1. Or are you? You'll just have to wait and see. Oh shit. Clavel's pretty peak. I need to stop picking up my thing, bro. This is just Clavel's battle music. Anyway, Zeraora. I think people forget this Pokemon exists, and it's kind of unfair, because it's actually pretty solid. Garbona shit. Fire, dude, that's so fire. Yeah, I think Zeraora is criminally underrated. I say that when it's in solid, but like, if we were able to actually access it in Generation 7, and it had the fighting type, bro, it would have been... We could have had so much good stuff for Zeraora, but instead it's kind of like... They kind of like... did it dirty, I can't lie. They kind of did it dirty. Now Meltan and Melmetal, mid as hell. Actually, Meltan's kind of cute. Gigantamax, not a fan. Can't lie. Genuinely the best foot mash. And the Meltan's like cute, but there's not much else to it. And also, it made me, like, question my video making skills, so I don't like it. Right, we did Gen 7, and as you can tell, I'm a pretty big fan of Gen 7. Look how many of them are in peak. And, like, solid. There's not a single Gen 7 Pokemon below mid. That's when you know. Meltan versus 1000 Gorillas, who wins? What did you just say, Galaxy? That isn't even a sentence. Zacian. You know what? At first, like, when I saw, like, Zacian and Zamazenta, I was like, oh, they're alright, you know, they're like, solid Pokemon. I ranked them, like, here. Nah, here. No, they're, like, they're okay, you know, it could be worse. And then these forms, Zamazenta's still, like, I don't know, like, here. But Zacian, bro? This form just looks so cool, dude. It looks so cool. Like, how can you hate Zacian crowned form? Like, you literally cannot help. You can't help but love Zacian. Zamazenta's like, it's okay, but Zacian, like, the colours and everything are just beautiful. Yeah, Zamazenta's always been kind of mid. It's kind of there, you know, like, who cares? And it's the same with the Eternatus, I'm not gonna lie. Eternatus is kind of mid. I'll put it like here. Oh my god, the shiny. Don't get me started on the shiny. Eternamax Eternatus though? I'm just saying, by the way, Loki. I think Eternamax Eternatus has so much aura. It's so auralicious, bro. And you can't help but like look at it and be like, wow, that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Going to the Glaceon outbreak. It's taken you that long to finally get around to it, damn. I thought you would have been at it like an hour ago. Kung-Fu! It's cute, but like nothing more. Now this was Single Strike, and this was Rapid Strike? Right. Let me quickly get up Urshifu. Yeah, that's... Oh, I know, this is Single Strike, okay. Just posted cringe, that's crazy. A Thanatos. Where the hell did you get a Thanatos from, brother? Oh, what the hell, man? Oh my god, bro. Anyway, Urshifu. Let's see. You know, Urshifu is actually pretty cool. I'll give it to Urshifu. It says like here though. That's Rapid. This is Rapid Strikes. I'll put it above. No channel points is cringe. I'm not a big enough streamer, man. I like barely streamed on Twitch. So, I'm just saying, by the way, if you guys come to streams more often as we go towards Legends EA, I might be able to get affiliate. And that'd be pretty sick, right? Imagine the scenes I get affiliate. Urshifu is so overrated. I kind of agree, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's still, like, solid, but just... I don't know. I will say the G-Max forms are a bit better. But similar to Latias and Latios, it's kind of just like a colour difference thing. Racism. Now Zarude. If anyone has seen the movie, you'll probably like Zarude. What colour is shiny? I don't know. Oh, blue. No, it's pink. Wait, yeah. Wait, is it? Wait, what colour is shiny Delibird? I actually don't know. It is pink? I thought it was... Where did I get blue from? Anyways, Zarude. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's kind of... It's okay. It's okay. I really need the toilet, by the way, so I'm gonna quickly, go to the toilet. I won't be long. And I shall, yeah, be right back. Sorry to go so quickly, but I just all of them really need a wee. chat, I'm back. I have returned. I'm sorry for leaving you. I did not mean to leave you. I mean, I did mean to leave you because I needed a wee, but... I need a toilet in my sleep. For some reason I dream about peeing on the floor. Oh, Jesus. Among Us... You know what? Among Us is peak. If you... Please tell me you guys have watched Sidemen Among Us. Please tell me you guys have watched Sidemen Among Us, because that is genuinely, when I'm shiny hunting, I will rewatch those videos religiously. They're just peak content. Peak content. If you haven't watched Sidemen Among Us, get on that. Just beautiful. Reggie Alecki. What should we do with Reggie Alecki? I think it's like top of mid, probably. Then Reggie Drago is like there. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard this song in a while. Now we got the pony duo. Glastria, Spectria. Among Us is dead. I wouldn't say it's dead, dude. I think the player base has dropped, but the viewership on YouTube is so high because of the Sideman. Like, they get 10 million views a video. Like, let's look at more Sidemen, right? More Sideman. Oh wait, it doesn't show the fucking... Never mind. Let's have a look, right. The Sidemen, funny enough, Pokémon roll was 5.5 mil from 2 weeks ago. Then Mega Chaos Mode 7.8 mil. Astral Roll 7.7 mil. Pastor chooses their teammate 7 mil. Like, Among Us is not dead. The player base has definitely dropped, but... Viper Detective Roll? Wait, what's the Viper Detective Roll? Killstreak 6.2. Sniper 7.3, like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I need to, like, go back to this. You know what, Glastria is kind of similar to Azelf in my opinion, so I'm going to put it in, like, solid. But, like, here, and it's probably going to move down. And I'm not going to lie, Spectria fans, I'm sorry, but... I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not that big of a fan of it. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why more companies don't do this, by the way, but if I was a game developer... If I saw people making mods on the game, I would literally just probably get someone to message them and be like, how much to buy the rights for the mod? And or have them work with me. Like, would that not be more smart than trying to hire out other developers who don't have the same passion as people who actively want to make mods and make the game more fun? Like, I've always thought of that, and like, people, I don't know, I just think it's so dumb that, I feel like, there's so many things, like, mod makers do for games. No games mentioned in particular, of course, but, like, there's so much creators, or like, game developers could do if they just hired people from their, like, you know, from their community. Again, not naming any names, but... If you know, you know. Calyrex. Mid as hell, I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie, you're going down here, bro. I'm a huge Among Us Pokemon. Damn, dude, name dropping like that. Pokemon, Pixar, Cars, and Animals Jam Fan. That's fair, that's fair. Favorite animal is a cheetah. My guy, bro. My guy. Cheetahs are so cool, bro. That's so cool. I love cheetahs. Wolves are also really cool because they're close to dogs. Anyway, Calyrex and... You know what? Ice Rider and Shadow Rider are pretty solid. I prefer them to these guys. I prefer them to Zan, not to that. I prefer them to, like, these guys when they're on the horse, but off the horse they're, like, mid as hell. I can't lie. Enamorous! Can we get a round of applause for Enamorous? Yes! I'm not gonna lie, Enamorous is like, who actually cares about Enamorous? I'm not a fan. Low-key, it might be a hate crime actually. Enamored, yep. Enamored. Thank you, autocorrect. Yes! Come on! Yeah, you know what? The title is a hate crime. I can't lie. Now, Wo Chien! They recently released... Oh. Put the title. Hate. Yep, it's in hate. Anyway, Wo Chien... I'm not gonna lie, Wo Chien's hella mid. It's like here. Like, what is there to care about this Pokemon? You know what I mean? Like, wow, cool snail. Like, we're gonna leave you for last, because you're the most interesting. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm putting this shit up here. Wo Chien, or Xian Pao. At first, the only thing I found a little off-putting was its long body, but I've gotten over that now. Xian Pao is just beautiful Pokemon design. Beautiful. Xian Pao is... honestly, might be top 5 legendary. You know what? I'm putting it there. What colour is Shiny Glaceon? How do I say this? So, Shiny Glaceon is Glaceon coloured. That's how you put it. Chiyu, I'll get to that. Tinglu, you know what, you're a hate crime. And let me explain right. I love this song, dude. Yeah, Tinglu. Story time real quick. Hello, Gupato, what's up again? So basically, Tinglu, at one point we were on a Pixelmon server, and we were trying to get a Yveltal. And Yveltal was a 12.5% chance at night. Wait, why are we doing that? Tinglu. Yeah, Tinglu is a bit of an asshole. Why is Hooper in bottom tier? For the movie. Anyway, continuing on. Yeah, we were trying to get Yveltal, and there was only 2 legendaries could spawn in the biome that we needed. Tinglu and Yveltal. And for some bizarre reason, it took us like a week of grinding and like hours of sitting in this biome at night trying to get not Tinglu. And we must have had at least 30 Tinglu before we got a single Yveltal. It was the most outrageous thing I've ever seen. But, oh, dude, it's just even thinking of that time pisses me off to no end. Eternal Max Eternatus should be peak. I do agree it is very good, but it's not peak. Like, it's not on the same level as, like, even Cosmog and Poipole. That's more for personal attachment, but, like, Mega Diancie is just so much, like, cooler as a design to me. Chi-Yu. I'm not gonna lie, you might not like me for this one. I don't care that much for Chi-Yu. The only reason it's higher up in mid is because of the fact of its shiny. Which, by the way, the fact that they actually released the shinies for these Pokemon is beautiful. Speaking of shiny releases, apparently these are releasing in America. That's sure great for me! Yeah! I can't wait to go get them in GameStop, guys! Why do they only do things in America? Why can't they do them everywhere? It's so annoying, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry, Hacker. I just don't care that much about Chi-Yu. I really don't. I don't know why, like, I just can't get myself to like it that much. I haven't used it all that much, to be fair. Maybe I'll use it a bit when I get the shiny, and then we'll see, but... yeah. Right, Koraidon! Where do I put Koraidon? I know whereabouts I want to put them on the tier list, but I don't know if they actually belong in the tier that I want to put them in. Solid. You know what? I think I'm going to put them here. Now the question is, does Miraidon go above in peak or above in solid? The thing is, if I move Koraidon up to peak, I have to put Miraidon up to peak because it's better. Because they're like... I'm going to put them there for now. I think I'm going to put them there. Because, man, above solid. I think they're good there. It's a very high bar to enter peak. It's kind of funny looking at the difference. Has anyone seen the, like, real replica as a bike, by the way? Yeah, I can do that. Sword and shield battle. Gym song. Where is the gym? Are we on about the gym leader battle music or the Dynamax battle music? Because both are peak. I'd say we'll start with the gym leader. They are the same. Oh, fair enough. There's a blue Koraidon song. Wait, hold on. What? Blue Mecha Rhydon. Bike. There's no way, bro. I know about the Miraidon. Oh my god, dude, there actually is. That's sick. Now I just want a Mega Greninja ceiling fan. I've actually got a ceiling fan here, you know. Imagine I got a Mega Greninja one. With its arms being like the one things to turn it on and off. Master Dojo song? Okay, I got you. That would be so funny, dude. Imagine just a Mega Greninja ceiling fan. Do you think we'll see Battle Bomb Greninja in Legends EA, by the way? Like with the transformation? No? Where's the cheers? I don't know. I will say, by the way, playing that in Beat Saber would be fire. Okie dokie. Mid. Pheasantipity mid. Monkey Dory, not a fan. I can't lie. They're all pretty much just mid. Like, there's nothing really special to talk about them. I think yes, because Pokemon officially released Bond Greninja's video. Wait, really? What? Wait, send a link. Gupta, send a link. If you have the link for it. Dude, if Battle Bomb Greninja comes to ZA, my video on it from like 2 years ago will be the best, like, aged like fine wine instead of milk. Dude, you've got to send this video. I'll show it on stream. I think yes. Oh, wait, yeah, they did do it, didn't they? Yeah. I'm not going to watch that on stream. But yeah, that would make sense if they did release Battle Bomb Greninja. Dude, imagine there's a sideline, like, story. Oh my god, dude. Imagine Ash is... Imagine we see Alan. Oh my god. Imagine in rank A we see Alan in ZA. Oh my god, dude. Bro, that'd be so cool. Anyway, we're on to the last 5 legendaries. I didn't include all of the, like, different Ogerpon forms, because, like, realistically, like, there's not that much difference, and I don't really care for the actual masks themselves, I care for the typing. And you're probably noticing up to this point, oh, there's not been a number 1. One of these last 5 Pokemon is number 1. Also, if you're not familiar with the anime, there is a Mega Evolution arc coming where 2 protagonists will be in Kalos. Wait, Liko gonna get a Mega? Oh shit. By the way, I called day 1 that she was gonna get a... I called day 1 she was gonna get a Charcadet. I called it day 1. I was waiting for it for so long, and the fact she finally got one is so cool. That was one of the last episodes I watched. Oh yeah, Dojo. Where's the Dojo? Wait, there's no Dojo music. It's clearly gonna be Ogerpon. Wait, what's that dojo music was called, by the way? Is it just Is it just Mustard? Mustard, okay. Clement, Bonnie. We'll definitely see Clement or Bonnie. Baxter and Mega Lucario and Unto, I see. Okay, it's a separate song. I can't be bothered to change playlist because it's going to be the end of stream soon. But yeah, to break the suspense, yes, it is Ogerpon in number 1. Because, right, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw Ogerpon, I thought Ogerpon was, you know, your average cute Pokemon. I was like, you know, this is pretty cool. And then I played through the story, on stream actually, I did stream it, and I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I really like it. And then over time, I started to use it more and more. I got really attached to it. And Ogerpon is just so adorable. And the fact that you can go grass and fire, which is a type combination I've wanted for a long time. So, yeah. But the story is based in Lumio, so we might get some mention of Greninja. There's no way they don't see Greninja, surely. Or have a mention of a Greninja or something. Both in Legends EA and the anime. I feel like if Clement and Bonnie are there, it's impossible to not mention, like, the previous events that have happened. Although they have avoided every character like the plague, if I remember correctly. True. Scovinin's like, it could be better though, let's be honest, it could be a lot better. What time is it? Oh shit, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Right, Terapagos is also peak, by the way. Terapagos is adorable. I do think this is less cool, but it's like here. And then, I'm not gonna lie, this I don't really care that much for, but I'm gonna put it here anyway. Actually, no, I'll put Diancie. I'll put this above. I think that's fair. That's fair. It's 11:46 here. That's fair. Think about, will Alolan Raichu be able to Mega Evolve? I'm not gonna lie. I think it's just gonna be Cantonian Raichu. Because, realistically, like, Duraludon can Gigantamax, but Archaludon can't, but Duraludon can. I think it's going to be something similar to something like that. And finally, Pecharunt. What did we think of Pecharunt as the final Pokemon in the whole shebang? Pecharunt. Wow. Isn't it so crazy, guys? I'm going to put Pecharunt. Solid low. I'm not going to lie, Pecharunt mid as hell. It's like here. It's only here as well because of the Mochi Mochi dance. How's it going? I think it's just a chicken dance, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's so cringe. Hey, listen, man. Archaludon was introduced after Gigantamax. Okay, but Mega Raichu was introduced after Alolan Raichu. So, you know. Also, it wouldn't make sense for Alolan Raichu to Mega Evolve into, like, the same thing. You know what I mean? It'd have to be its own unique one. I don't think they're willing to do that. Because regional variants are kind of their own unique thing, you know? So listen to me once again. All the Pokemon who got Mega before Gen 6, but Raichu also appears in Gen 7. Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. At least in my opinion anyway, I think it'll be the same case as that. Wow, this is an intense way to... Oh, get me... Oh, the X Factor, come on, what was that note hold? Jeez! Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think they would do Mega Alolan Raichu unless they went back to... Unless they went all the way back to, like, Legends Alola and then did it then. But that would give it too many forms. It's just, there's no point. It'd be too complicated at that point because, like, the evolution tree is like... There's like Pichu and Pichu Notch that go into Pikachu, and then Pikachu goes into Raichu and Alolan Raichu, and then Raichu goes into X and Y, and then Alolan Raichu goes to X and Y. Like, it wouldn't make sense. Like, they're better off just ending it here, like they did with Pichu Notch. It's kind of just like its own spin-off thing. It's like the cosplays as well. Like, do you think they're gonna let Pikachu Mega Evolve as a cosplay? Like, it's too big of a trilogy, or family tree. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna save these. Gen 6 to 9. And yeah, that is every single legendary Pokemon ranked from worst to best. We did this one. And we did this one. Nah, I don't think so, to be honest. Ash Greninja's like... Ash Greninja's its own thing. That wouldn't... If there's any world where that would get another thing, it'd maybe be Gigantamax. But even then, like... No, it wouldn't. What? Of course it wouldn't. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for today. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. I'm not sure what yet. Actually, before I go, is there anything you guys would like to see me stream tomorrow? Out of interest. Because I'm interested in doing like a shiny hunt stream maybe. Or like playing through a Pokemon game again. Or... Is there anything you guys would like to see tomorrow? PLA? Shiny? Yeah. I don't want to get wrapped up into a hunt that's too long though with shiny hunting. Like, I want to do something that I can realistically do in like... Shiny with Union Circle. The thing is, right, I don't like shiny hunting in Union Circles because from what I've experienced, the spawns are so much lower on the regular Switch. Like, it's actually, like, it's pointless doing it in a Union Circle. I don't know, I just don't like shiny hunting like that. We could maybe do some Dynamax Raid Dance if you guys would be interested in that. This is what you missed, by the way, Michael. I'd be down for some Dynamax Raid battles or something. I just realised I've said what do you guys want to see and then said everything but what you guys have just said. But Synchro Hide and Seek. The thing, I'm not very good at seeking on that kind of thing. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is just like look at my list of ideas and just pick one and then start streaming again tomorrow. Because I do want to upload one video before I go back. I want to upload one more video before D-Max raids in Pogo. No, like on Sword and Shield. Because we need to finish that Suicune anyway. We could do that. This song is so peak. True, true. I just realised I could probably just do this. Just me, hello. Yeah, we need to finish that Suicune hunt, so we could do that. My face is so spotty right now, bro. Like, look, I've got spots on my bloody forehead, spots here, spots on my neck as well. Like, it's so bad, bro. BBA? What? Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it here for now. I'll figure out what I'm streaming tomorrow. Like, off stream. Oh, Blueberry Academy. Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's just like, I don't know how well that will work as a stream. Like, it would be good for a video, but one, people have already done it, and two, like, I don't know how well it will work for a stream. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for today, because, I've got to figure out what I'm streaming tomorrow. As you can tell, I'm a bit clueless, so, yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone. It was really nice to see you all again. But, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll speak to you all tomorrow at the same time, hopefully. No later, no earlier.